Hey guys, this is Nair and Zaid with the Hammer Bros bringing you Game 4 of the Spring Crossroads 2015 GT. I was able to play Keith Conroy this game. He is a very good player. He's plays on the U.S. Masters team and won Best General at the Fall Crossroads last year, so he's definitely a good player, and I was really looking forward to playing him. So much so that I woke up in a cold sweat at 4 a.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep. I actually stayed up all morning trying to figure out the matchup, and I thought it was a really good matchup, which made it even harder on me. So I was having a really hard time just getting to sleep because I was like, man, if I blow this one, it's all on me because I think the Ogres are a really good matchup for my Skaven. So onto the game. Here's deployment. All the way on the left here, I have both my Doom Wheels that are out of frame. Or I'm sorry, both my Warp Lightning Cannons, my Doom Wheels right here. A Rat Dart, Slaves with my Engineer, another Rat Dart, two Gracier, 8 BSB, more Slaves, Slaves with an Engineer, my Stormvermin, and my Hell Pit. The Engineer with the Claw has Cracked Skull, and the Engineer with the Scroll and the Death looking globe thing have Warp Lightning. As you can see up here in the upper left is a unit of 6 Man-Eaters with Sniper and Poison shots, a Dog, a unit of Iron Guts with 4 characters in it, a Slaughtermaster to Heavens, no, I'm sorry, a Slaughtermaster to the Gut Magic, a Slaughtermaster to Death, a BSB, and a Tyrant. Then he has his Cannon, 4 Bulls, and another Dog. So I deploy my gutter runners up here in the right because I'm thinking I'm going to kill these iron. First, I'm going to shoot the bulls because they're the biggest threat to this side. Once they're gone, it's just the dog, and then I can start rolling shots on this iron blaster. So Keith has 4 drops, so he wins the roll to go first. I pop my storm banner to keep him at bay. As you can see here, he just kind of shuffles over and reforms his man eaters and reforms his bulls to face. During the magic phase, he doesn't really cast anything because he's further than 24 inches away. So we go to the shooting phase. He shoots his cannon. He's able to get through the storm banner, but he misfires and cracks his cannon along the length of the barrel, so there's no more shooting out of the iron blaster, which is, going to be big. But if he didn't misfire, I was going to move my hell pit back around the building, so that way his only cannon target is my warlord, which isn't the best cannon target because he's got charm shield if you do hit him. And then after that, he does have the 4 aboard. So I was hopefully going to have to force him to move around the building so I could shoot him with my warp lightnings. But we never got to that point. So on my turn, what I do is I move everything up. Pretty much, I shoot my doom wheel. I try to shoot my doom wheel up the left side, but unfortunately, um, Keith had shot it last turn, and I failed my out of control roll, and I went directly backwards. So I went back up about 12 inches. So I'm at about the starting line for the doom wheel. My gutter runners stay here. I go to my magic phase. I think it's 4 to 3, and I roll a crack skull, and he dispels it. So we go to the shooting phase. I shoot my warp lightning at this unit of bulls, and I hit one of them. I take them out, and then my gutter runners take another one out and put 2 wounds on another between the 28 poison shots or some such. So it's a pretty good starting phase. We go to turn 2. He charges with those iron guts, or with those bulls, and on the stand and shoot, I do 3 more wounds, leaving him with 2. Uh, I take him out during the close combat phase after he does 1 impact hit. You can see he moves this dog up here, and he moves his man eaters up a little bit more just to take some shots on that doom wheel. During his magic phase, he attempts to cast Spirit Leech. I dispel it on my Bonebreaker, and then he casts Caress of Lyneth. I take that on my Bonebreaker. He rolls a 7, so he gets 2 hits and doesn't roll a 4 up on either, so he's safe for now. And during the shooting phase, he takes aim at my Doom Wheel and puts another wound on it without going out of control this time. So I'll give you another look at this side of the board. You can see that my gutter runners are in pretty good position right now. I'm going to take a bunch of shots at that iron blaster. I move my doom wheel here up on the left, and it goes into a perfect-ish position to shoot at these man-eaters. I pop my rat dart up, with the intention of blocking him from being able to charge my Doom Wheel. My gambit works here. It's really close, but Keith measured it and he said that he couldn't wheel around my rat dart and hit the Doom Wheel, so I was very pleased with that move. You can see over here on the right how I move my gutter runners. I move them so that I can shoot at this Iron Blaster, and my Storm Vermin charge the obligatory Chaff Dog, and my Help It moves up just a small bit. During the magic phase, I roll Crack's Call and a couple Warp Lightnings. I throw a couple Warp Lightnings on the Man-Eaters. He dispels them. I throw Crack's Call and he pops a scroll, so that's out of the way now, so that's good. Going into the shooting phase, I shoot with my Doom Wheel, and I pull off 3 of these guys. So there's only there's only 3 Man-Eaters left. I might have gotten a Warp Lightning off on them, couldn't think of it. Either way, there's only 3 Man-Eaters left. My gutter runners go off with their 26 poison shots and do 4 wounds to the Iron Blaster. The Iron Blaster is looking pretty hurt right now. So on the left here, you can see the Doom Wheel again and what position the Man-Eaters are in. And here's another look at the board. So what he's going to do is he's going to charge with his Iron Blaster into those gutter runners. They're going to stand and shoot. I get 2 wounds and one of them goes through, so that's the end of the Iron Blaster. You can see how he repositions his Gut Star after that phase. He goes into the magic phase and he shoots a couple death spells again. He goes for Spirit Leech. I stop it, and then he throws Caress of Lyneth. I let it go. He rolls a 7 again and does 1 wound to my Warlord, but I roll my 2-up Charm Shield, so it's negated. We go to Skaven turn. On the Skaven turn, I don't really move much. I push my Doom Rocket guy out because I'm going to shoot my Doom Rocket at his unit of Iron Guts, and I move my Hell Pit into my Storm Vermin. I do 6 impact hits to them and kill 6 Storm Vermin. I move my Doom Wheel. I charge my Doom Wheel into the Man-Eaters, and that's about it for movement, and then I just move my slaves up a little bit. During the magic phase, I attempt to Crack's Call, and this time it finally goes off. I Crack's Call and I hit one of the Man-Eaters, and I take him out, so there's only 2 left. My Doom Wheel does 4 impact hits or so and takes out another Man-Eater. The Man-Eater swings back, does a wound to the Doom Wheel, but ultimately breaks and is run down. So the Doom Wheel looks like so. My Gutter Runners kill one of the Iron Guts between all their shots, and the Doom Rocket takes out a guy, I believe. So Keith left with only 1 unit, reforms like so, and is preparing for the oncoming tide of Skaven. During the magic phase, he casts... trying to remember what spell he tried to cast here. I don't think anything goes off, and if it does, it doesn't do any wounds. I think he might try to Spirit Leech my Hell Pit at this point. Either way, we go to Skaven turn. I move up like so. I give him the... I try to redirect him here with the... with my Doom Rocket guy, but I misplayed. He's off a little bit. So when he does move into charge, he's going to be able to go right by my Doom Wheel guy, or my Doom Rocket guy, and hit that unit, and then I'm actually blocking my Hell Pit from getting in if I kill a guy in this combat, which I'm going to, so very unfortunate. But this is how I move up. I go to my magic phase, and I don't do anything because he has the Rune Maw up, so it's, there's nothing doing to that unit right now. In the shooting phase, I can't see him with either my Warp Lightning Cannons because of the way he's positioned, so nothing doing there either. We go to his turn, and he charges like so. So you can see how my Doom Rocket guy is getting blocked. You can see how there's the Saber Tusk up there that's blocking out my Doom Wheel from random moving into the combat. So I can't do that either. So there's a lot of misplay in this frame on my part, but I'm confident that those Storm Vermin will stick. I obviously popped the Potion of Strength because I knew. Once I saw that I wasn't blocking properly, I knew it was going to get charged, so that happened. So in combat, his Tyrant issues a challenge. I accept with my Warlord. I swing. He has glittering scales and fencer's blades, so I end up doing 1 wound to him, 1 or 2 wounds. He does 1 wound back to me and rolls for greedy fist and doesn't break my weapon. In close combat, my storm vermin kill an iron gut and put some wounds on some characters, but ultimately are steadfast on a 9 and fail that and the reroll, so they break and are proceedingly run down by the iron gut horde. Fortunately, though, now he's in prime cannoning range for both my warp lightning cannons. You can see here I move my BSB into this unit because there was that little green marker in the center. Holding that at the end of the game is worth 3 victory points. So we go to Skaven turn. I move my hell pit like so. He stops 1 inch away from the slaves. Not that it would have mattered. I would have gladly killed 6 slaves to be in this position. I move my bunker up. I move my gutter runners into position to shoot. And I charge his dog at the top with my doom wheel. We go to the magic phase, and I do get a warp lightning off on him. He fails his rune maw roll, and I do 2 wounds or so. After the shooting phase, this is what his bunker looks like. I managed to get his level 4 slaughter master. He fails. I roll a 2 on my strength for my cannon shot, and I hit everybody though, so I get a 6 on him and deal him 4 or 5 wounds, whatever his remaining wounds were. And then I pop the rest of the shots with my gutter runners. And the last shots from the gutter runners actually panic the block, so they start to run towards the board edge. And here I am thinking, man, if he doesn't rally, I'm gonna be stoked. But he does, and thankfully at least on top of a hill. So I have 2 more warp lightning shots on him. The doom wheel at the top wins combat. I move my bunkers like so. I throw Crack's Call at the unit, but the rune maw deflects it. And then I take several shots from my warp lightning cannon. I move my hell pit away like so. So it's turn 6. I shoot with my warp lightning cannon. I roll a misfire. I roll a 6 for it. Everything's fine. I shoot the other one 8 inches from the front. It goes 2 and then 4. So nothing happens. So he ends the game with 2 iron guts, which gets me 50% of the points for that unit, his BSB, his tyrant, and his deathcaster. I have everything on the board pretty much except for, what am I missing here? I think my Doom Rocket guy died, and my Storm Vermin and my Red Ogre Bonebreaker. Otherwise, everything's still intact. I end up winning this game 15-5, and because I have my BSB on the hill there, controlling that objective, I get another 3 bonus points, so I have 18 points right now. So I have 78 out of 80 battle points right now. I'm pretty stoked. I go out to get food, and I hear I'm playing Noah Nathanson on table 1. So I'm very excited about that. He's from the Unplugged gaming crew, and he's just an awesome guy. So I count myself very lucky at this point to have gotten to play, Corey, Matt, Keith, and now Noah. So I'm a very lucky guy to have played so many excellent opponents at this GT. So I just want to say thanks everyone for watching, and see how this journey concludes.